Okay. So I'm having some thoughts. I posted a video yesterday about twin flame union, and in it, I was talking about having to purify your vibration, and that you can't have anything on top of it that alters it because it would clash with the merging of the two vibrations, which are exact same vibration level, right? And this makes complete sense to me. And somebody wrote to me in the comments that there are no rules to this. And it got me thinking. It got me thinking, are there really rules to this? Because I can also see how there are no rules to this. That what it is just to be. And whatever is, however you are, is okay. And I can see this way of looking at it completely, that there is nothing to do but be. There are no rules to this. It doesn't have to be it's a perfect merge. It doesn't have to be um, even. And how it's more about just letting go and just being. Whatever is, and all inclusive and all accepting. And like on the physical plane, right? And this has to come together on all of the different planes, right? So on the physical plane, this is absolutely correct. It's just pure acceptance. It's what is, and being in acceptance of that within yourself. And when you are that acceptance of that within yourself, you tell the outer world how to treat you. If you accept yourself completely and you come in just as is, and that, um, self-confidence doesn't even, it's self-confidence. um, the words self-confidence don't even measure up to the level of complete self-love and acceptance. Um, you just are. And it does portray a self-confidence. It definitely portray, and you definitely are self-confident when you truly love yourself and accept yourself for all that you are. And then you portray to the world who you are and how to treat you. And also, you will not accept anything less from anybody else towards you. You will not accept, if you are in true self-love, somebody that is out of balance with that can't be um, in your presence. Maybe if their love is true, but they have their own insecurities that they're working through, but that you can see the love through it. So I can see both sides of this. I can see this side and I can see that side. And while I was talking, I was thinking maybe this is how it looks on different levels. Maybe in some of the realms, it has to be like that energetic match. And on the physical realm, it has to be just as is. And so I'm still working this out. I feel emotionally just drained really drained emotionally. Today I just kind of rode out the day. The last few mornings I haven't wanted to get out of bed. And the last couple mornings my kids weren't here, so I didn't have to. And yesterday I slept in till almost 10, which that is like unheard of. And this morning I woke up at around 7:30, and then I stayed another hour in bed, meditating. I did some different meditations this morning. And then I just kind of got out of bed, and there was something in the morning that came up that I needed to go into town for. And then I thought, well, if I'm going into town, I'll go ahead and send off the things that I need to send off, because I intended on sending them on Sunday, the packages to Amazon, and they weren't ready. I hadn't gotten them ready. So I sat down and I worked on them in the morning. I had most of everything that I needed ready. So I made some completions and stuff. And so I managed to get all of that done and get into town to the post office at around 2:30. Just a minute, my son's calling me. He wanted me to move somewhere because he could hear me talking, and he is resting. It's bothering him. So I moved over here to the couch. See, I was working all day. This is what my couch looks like. Because I rushed out of here to get to the post office on time, because I took the last, I took the last appointment that they had. And the one in town didn't have any more appointments. So I had to go like to Upper Tiberias. There's like 2 post offices in Tiberias. And in Upper Tiberias, it means I had to go all the way through town. And I made it just like on the hair of my tongue, I want to say. But like I made it like you can make it up to 10 minutes late. My appointment was like at 2:11, and I think I got there like at 2:19, something like that. So it was like on the hair. But I got there and I got it out, and I lost my front plate because of going through like ditches and stuff. And it was hanging last week. And I kind of stuck it back in place and kept on going, and then it was just gone. So I probably should have put it in a little bit better, knowing that it had already come out and was hanging. And I was still going through the same like mud holes and stuff. I checked the one mud hole, but it wasn't there. And so who knows? So I had to go and get a new plate. So in order to get a new plate, you have to go to the police station and do a report that you lost your license plate. And then I went to Afikim to get the plate, which is out in the Emek, the Jordan Valley. So I went to the Jordan Valley and I got my plate, and then I went to the hot springs, and then I came home. So, and I got home not too long ago. I feel on the twin flame journey pain, but it's kind of like I'm pushing it down. And I keep on talking to myself that the pain is mine. It's mine to dissipate. And the only reason I'm in pain is because I'm attached to an outcome that isn't becoming. And if I release the outcome that I want, see, I say that like I have like this jab in my heart. It just like hurts.
what I'm feeling like energetically is kind of like a disconnect. I feel like he's disconnected from me all of a sudden. Like there's almost like it feels like a back turned on me. Energetically, that's what it feels like his back is turned on me. And as I've seen all the way up till now, everything that happens perfectly and divinely. And I always see afterwards what it came to teach me. I almost feel like the fear that is coming up is fear of pain. I feel kind of like, have you ever seen those ballets? There's this beautiful ballet um, with this woman that is like a rag doll, and the dance partner dances her around like she's a rag doll, and he keeps trying to stand her up and she keeps falling, and he keeps trying to stand her up and she keeps falling. It's a beautiful ballet. I don't know what it's called. I don't know if I could find it. Um, but I kind of feel like that. I kind of feel like I was put on a string, and when you pull the string and the doll goes rolling like that. I feel like I'm like off, I don't know, spiraling, like let off the string, like let go, just go fend. That's what it feels like energetically. And it's painful, but also on another side of it, there's kind of a side that is kind of like a breather for a second, because all of a sudden I'm left alone to wait, let me figure this out. Just a minute. Let me see, let me just breathe for a minute. Just be for a minute, settle into my like all of my dust settle so that I can see, what the ground looks like. Kind of see where I'm standing right now on my own, what I feel. Um, And then there's so many different sides of this. And then I go between that and what I was saying before, feeling abandoned almost and like alone, to feeling kind of like it keeps coming back to just letting go. It keeps coming back to that, because I was going to say that I feel guilty, almost like it's like the separation is my fault because I can't get to that core. But then I know that I'm doing the best that I can. If I was able to let go more than this, I would have let go. You don't want to keep holding on. You want to let go. That's it. But you have to find, it's like there's a claw grasping you, and you have to like pick the fingers away to like, pick it apart. At least that's how I work. I have to. And then I have a part of me that says, just shift emotionally, just lift yourself up out of it. But I also, with that, I know that if I could, I would. I want to. And there's so many times that I do feel like that high, bright energy. It's like right now when I'm thinking about it, I feel it. Like I can feel it coming up from within the pain. It's like arising. And then I think, okay, chakra work. Like, because I can feel like there's like a knot right here in this area. This thing has so many different sides to it. And then I have part of me that just says, that doubts that we are twin flames, and then just everything that he says is real. Like maybe, I know that this is a soul connection for me. It's a soul connection, but maybe it's not the same for him. And then I think to myself, about how he is that soul connect for more than just me, and I've seen it. And so I have those questions in me. Like, for him, it's not a connection. Like, what if that is what's real? And this whole twin flame thing, I like doubt myself. And then I say to myself, well, it doesn't matter if it's real or not. It serves the purpose. For me, he serves that purpose because I'm getting that perfect reflection and that, like, and then part of me doesn't believe that. It's like, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Like, there's so many different storylines. There's so many different perspectives. There's so many different levels to this. There's so many different, like, uh, um, it's like layers. It's like dimensions, one on top of another. It's like there's these different dimensions, different ways of looking at things. You can look at it energetically. You can look at it physically. You can look at it, now. It's like from the soul level, from the ego perspective. You can pick it apart with the archetypes. You can find it in religions. It's like your spiritual awakening, your becoming, your ascending, um, becoming enlightened, um, becoming into your true essence, becoming full self-reliant, self-confident. Again, self-confident is a very small word for this. It's just one facet of it. Because self-confidence is just the face of whatever is underneath it. So there's so much underneath the face of this self-confidence, because it can come off as self-confident, but it's also like righteousness and setting yourself right and in harmony with nature and in harmony with your surroundings, and at a level where you can simply see everything, where you can see cause and effect and so much more. You can see behaviors and where they came from, and you can mend them because you can see where they came from. You can come in and give love and acceptance in that place because you have fully come into full love and acceptance of your own self. And so there is no judgment for anyone else. When you are whole, you do not judge. You do not judge. When you are whole within yourself, you understand that everything is for a reason, and every person's behaviors are that way for some reason, even if the reason is because of their purpose on this earth and the energy that they were given. Sometimes people are given energies that are harsh, energies and lives that have come to portray darkness here, and we don't always understand the purpose of it, and we can be judgmental of that. And it is not our place because everything is divine and everything is as it is because of reasons. And every person is in the place that they are because of thousands of years of consensuses built one on top of another, gotten built one on top of another, so far out of whack with nature that it's almost unrecognizable to some. But the soul knows. So that when the soul recognizes a whole being, a person who is whole within themselves, then a soul knows and is drawn to that because they want that freedom. So that it becomes, and during this twin flame process, we are going through the purification of ourselves, the connection back to the whole, to the one, to pure love and pure light and our pure essence. And so it's all coming back to having to let go and just breathe and just be in the moment. And in order to let go, you do have to bring yourself into the moment because thoughts, expectations are held in the future. Expectations are an attachment to outcomes. So just a minute. I want to think on this for a second. I'm going to pause it and I'm going to come back. Okay, expectation is of the future because when you are in the now, there is no end. It is a continuous continuation. So there is no it's not cut into there is fluidity. Fluidity? Fluidity. Fluidity isn't a word for sure. Fluidness, fluidity. It's fluid. Time is fluid. So when you are in the now, you are experiencing it as you go. There is no anticipation because you are in the existence of the anticipation. There's like that you're watching things fold out. So there is no anticipation for outcome. So you in order to give up expectation, no. When you are in the now, you are not in expectation, and therefore you are fluid and you are aligned and you are in movement with the universe around you. When you are in your mind, you're not connected to what is happening right here. You might be aware of it in an awareness. It's like a sleep daze that we're kind of keeping ourselves, in sync with whatever is going on around us, but we're not present in the moment. We're in our mind calculating and in anticipation and judgments of the past, going in between the past and the future, and bypassing this current mode. This morning, this today was it, or I think today or yesterday, I was listening to, my brother sent me this thing to listen to. This guy is talking about the Kabbalah. It's in Hebrew, and he said that it is finding that sweet spot. Meditation is finding that sweet spot in between awake and asleep. There's like this he called it like a seam. There's a seam right there with a little gap that if you can find that little gap, it's a portal. It's a portal. And if you can go into meditation and hold your vibration in that gap, first of all, you broaden the gap in between sleep, in between wake and sleep, and which is broadening that portal, which makes it easier for you to access that state, which is the exact in between. It's like there's awake and there's asleep, and right in the middle there's this little area, this little foggy patch that you always slip right through, that you never even are aware of it. And through meditation, you can find it, and it's like a sweet spot. And in that portal, you can go into the place of creation because you're right in between your conscious and your subconscious. So you're building a bridge in between all of the knowledge that all of your subconscious and the conscious, which is like this much of it. Or you could say the heavens and the earth. You're opening up that gap where you're still connected to the higher realms, and but you also have a foot down in this realm, so that you can bring that into your consciousness. And so from there, it's like lucid dreaming. um, and there's, if you look up lucid dreaming, you can see that there's so many people that made so many absolute wonderful, they had like visions, and they have all sorts of really cool patents and things that came to them from that lucid dreaming state, which is exactly that. It's being awake while you're asleep. It's kind of like getting into that daisy place where you can play with energy. But not only does it anchor your connection through meditation, it also quiets your mind. Going into meditation is very important in this whole process. It's what quiets us. This morning, I did an hour meditation before I got out of bed. And I had a pretty good day. I've had a pretty good day. If anything, I got a whole bunch of stuff done that I needed to get done. Um, and that gives me kind of like, I feel, okay, good. This was a day that was productive. So I did something. I still want to get my projects, like my building projects started. Um, I feel like this is the time of production. This is kind of like, I was even thinking, like I'm still thinking on it, of going into like hibernation for a week, of just turning off my WhatsApp, like putting out a notification like in my WhatsApp, um, that I'm unavailable for a week, and putting up a notification in Facebook that I am like shutting down for a week, and doing a week of just staying home and working. If my car is parked. If I want to go for a walk, I go right out here for a walk with the dogs in the morning. I still am not able to commit quite. So I still have a bit of that chasing, running energy. And I think that is what needs to like subside. And then I have this other side of me that says, well, if you just decide that you're doing a week, it's like going to Vipassana. You're doing a week of no contact, anybody. And that will bring that release of that. But until I feel like I'm ready to really and decide exactly what I'm doing in that week, like because I'm going to be building my site and doing my and like I'm working that week, like that is a week that this house gets in order. I mean, completely in order. This house has never been completely in order since I moved in. That means art projects are started. That means I build my site. Um, I start doing like productive things. Like if I want to do this YouTube, then I need to make it work for me as well, because I want to do it and I enjoy doing it, and I almost feel like I have to do it. I do feel like I have to do it. I feel like it's being born out of me. Like even days that I say, okay, today you're off the hook, or you know what I've been decided lately that when I only do it when I feel like doing it. And if it doesn't come like naturally, I'm not going to start like, oh, start, like looking for things. I am going to let whatever comes up naturally come up. And that goes back to making a life that is sustainable, because it's just allowing whatever's coming to come. Okay, so I think that I've been pretty much all over the place with this video. And so just what I was going to say is that um, so I'm thinking on taking that week. I don't know until I decide exactly how I want to do it. Then I will figure it out. Like, am I going to be doing YouTube videos? Probably yes, because I see that I can't stop it when I have like these big aha moments. I have to like I have to tell the world. It feels like that, and and um, and I have to be myself. It can't be not me. So I don't want to try to push anything. I don't want to try to, whatever comes, comes. And that's part of this letting go process also. I'm not going to be frantic about anything. And that's what I'm just doing. I'm just kind of allowing it to flow. And so I really appreciate all of you guys watching. And I love hearing about it in the comments. So I appreciate the comments as well. And thank you for writing in. It gives me a lot of thought. Sending you lots of love.